Scholars!
We here? We here.
We here.
We here. The bell rang.
Ding ding. Scholars, what's
we
up?
Here, we back for another installment.
Listen. How y'all feeling? It's been a long day.
I was about to say, you like you going through it over there.
No,
so.
listen.
Like you got a lot on your mind. So.
Listen. Sometimes lifes.
Yes.
The worst thing you can do is allow it to bury you. As mad as I want to be, I'm blessed. I'm in a position that a lot of people wish they were in, and I don't take it for granted. Mm-hmm. It'll stress the shit out of me sometimes, but I'm not going to allow it to bury me. Mm-hmm. The people who put me in this position believe I can handle it, and I gotta believe I can handle it.
That's it,
and I do. But today was one of those days where I wanted to just remember that video when Isaiah Thomas, his coach was like, nah, don't get ejected. What you want to do to that player, do it to me. You know how you choked him? I wish I had a coach to choke.
Yeah, so and that's what you got to join MMA or something, son. Go punch something real quick, son.
And see, because that's another story in itself. Because the whole fighting life ain't for me, because you got to be disciplined. Like you got to stay calm. Mm-hmm. Like it's a whole nother ball game to get punched in the face and not want to kill the person in front of you.
You can't be emotional at all. You literally have to be logical the entire time.
You get hit and you're like, all right.
Yeah, like damn, that hurt. All right.
But if I rush him, he gonna hit me again like that,
and he might knock my ass out. So let me chill out for a little bit.
So let me think about this other counterattack.
You go ahead and get angry if you want. Yeah, you gonna wake up like, yo, what happened? So,
combat sports is not for everybody.
And what taught me that was, remember back in, I want to say maybe we was like freshmen, sophomores, they used to have them boxing matches. Bruh, let me tell you how I was an active spectator.
Before Dante finishes this crazy ass story, we talked, it's funny, last episode, shout out to Brandon. Last episode we were talking about how the generations and how we starting to feel old because we say these kids be on some stupid shit. Yeah. And then you bring up shit like that, like, nigga, we was dumb.
Yes. Yeah, we was playing tackle football, no pads.
But we still do that.
Nope, that's not smart. No matter how you want to toss that. Yes, I know you're going to bring up Beef Town and all that other stuff that grown people do.
Beef Town. No, it's not even that.
Hot Dog Central, whatever y'all call it.
But that's been proven to be safer.
What? Tackle football with no pads?
Yes.
Oh, no, I know, because we talked about that on the previous episode.
Exactly.
I don't remember which one, but y'all should check it out. But in that episode, you did discuss, like, because you tackle differently.
Mr. Erdman, he'll remember shit.
That's because when we did tackle football, I got concussed. And that was no pads. No. But you did say, because you're not going to actively lead with the crown of your head because you don't got nothing protecting you. Yeah. I get it. But true story. When we played tackle football one time at the high, I think, matter of fact, I know for a fact, shout out to Jacqueline, that's my boy, but he sprained my wrist, and I didn't know it was sprained, but we was like probably 18 at this time, so it was one of those where I just did the ace bandage and wrapped it around, let life go on or whatever, then I took it out, and I was like, oh, I'm good. Now in my 30s, bro, this shit be clicking. Like, it didn't heal properly.
Because nigga, we thought we were doctors. We thought we were fucking magicians.
It did not heal properly.
Nigga, that was the rule. If you got hurt, wrap it in the ace band.
It. Put an ice pack on it.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. If that shit ain't fall off the bone, you
elevated.
Good.
I slept with my arm in a pillow the night before, son. I was good. I woke up the next day.
So it's funny because the only time I ever broken anything in my body was playing tackle football. So when I broke my arm, I remember I didn't go directly to the hospital. Everybody thought I was crazy for it. I think I waited a day because I thought originally that it was just sprained. I was able to move it. Now, granted, it was like this. Like if you see with the camera, it was like this,
and that junk clicked literally.
But the fact that I can still like move it up and down, I'm like, this shit ain't broke.
Yeah.
So I go to the emergency room finally the day after, and the lady was like, I could have had a big ass lawsuit. I'm not gonna put the name of the hospital out there because I didn't sue.
Don't do that.
But I went to the emergency room, and they're like, oh, it's just sprained. We're gonna give you some painkiller, and then you got to make sure you just keep moving it. Kid you not.
Yo.
They put me in. They literally took these wooden sticks and just like tied my arm with an ace band around it and said you'll be fine.
Made you a splint. That's what that
is.
And
it's gonna hold it in place.
Yeah.
2 more days passed. I'm like, yo, no, this shit doesn't feel right because I move a lot in my sleep. So when I would roll on it, that's when it would be like, oh.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then I take the little splint off, and now I see that my arm is cherry red. We are black.
Yes, and you're darker than me. So for
if,
you to be cherry red,
I'm like,
yeah.
And to borderline purple. And I don't know a lot, but I know enough to where if your skin as a black man starts turning purple, go get help.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
I'm like, but I'm like, at this point, I can't go back to the emergency room because these motherfuckers probably don't know what they're talking about. Schedule an appointment with a specialist. I go see him. He looked at my arm. He didn't give me no X-rays or nothing. He's like, "Oh shit, your arm's broke." I'm like, "What?"
That's news to me. I just thought it was sprained.
He was like, "You don't know your arm's broke?" I'm like, "I can move it." He was like, "That doesn't mean it's not broke."
Damn, so my wrist might have been broke, son. I'm sitting here like, I could move it. It's fine. Yo, but every rainy day, my shit just be like, damn, son. That shit is real, son. I don't care what nobody say. That rain, like your joints, that's a real thing, son.
That's not fake. Nigga,
Yeah, that
real.
shit really be hurting.
Because the moisture fucks your joints up.
Yeah.
So, fucking, but that shit was horrible in itself because you know how they gotta dramatize everything. But I actually believe this man. He was like, yo, if you waited like another week, you probably would have been disabled for the rest of your life. Because remember, I didn't think it was broke.
That's right. I remember.
So,
and you lucky because you was young. That's a real factor too.
Yeah.
Like, because that's why I didn't think nothing was wrong with my wrist. You know how many times playing basketball I rolled my ankle?
Yeah.
And just woke up and was like, damn, this shit hurt. And after a couple days, oh, I'm fine. Yo, that's what I thought happened to my wrist. It was just a little roll in your wrist that don't even make sense. But it's a little roll. I'll be all right, son.
You can't do that shit, bro.
Nah. Yo, now, if you were to do something like, I won't go as far as breaking something, but let's say you sprain something. How long do you think it'd take you to recover from that? Because I haven't sprained anything recently. And I'm fearful that when I do, like, I'm going to be out of commission for a minute.
I sprained my ankle sometime last year. I kid you not, to this day, like, as you said it, my foot just started hurting. So,
I can't wait to get older. I remember my dumb ass saying that.
I tell you this, kids, if you're young, enjoy your youth.
Do not rush it, yo.
Don't rush that shit at all, because when I tell you that shit came fast.
Son, and you know what? There's no warning. It's like, you know, when you in your car, if something's going wrong, like really bad, the check engine light will come on. So you know, I got to go check something. Nah, in life, your check engine light comes on while it's happening. That shit hurts now.
We have check engine lights, but our shits is just like more immediate, like you said.
That's why I also,
that back thing was my check engine.
To this day, I find myself running as much as I can. Yeah. I am not trying to be one of them 50-year-old dudes who you see them doing them races, and then out of nowhere, check engine light come on. They just break their ankles, just fall on their face.
Somebody snipe their ass. Nah.
So I'm going to do my light job.
That's how I felt against that wall when my back gave out. I'm like, yo, all I was thinking is like, yo, I know my fucking back is not lock up, bro.
Son, if I sleep with my arm too close to my body, I wake up the next day like, so I know if I hurt something, that shit's really gonna hurt.
As much as I like glorify Thailand, so listen, Thailand is such a beautiful country. But the hotel we stayed in when we went to Pattaya, for what it was worth, it was perfect for the price.
Okay.
We stayed in this hotel for five nights and literally only spent equivalent to like $50 American.
That's crazy.
But the room was actually nice. The room was nice. But the fucking bed was this table. The bed was this table. So, you know, when I go to hotels,
just picture.
When I go to hotels, I'm big as hell. So the first thing I like to do is plop. I want to see if this bed gonna hold my weight.
Shit, your kneecaps, bro.
Hold on, let's see how good this microphone is. Let me tell you how it sounded when I plopped in that bed. I popped in that bed. That shit went. I'm like,
feet still dangling, dragging on the floor.
Chris is like, what was that? I'm like, nigga, we sleeping on wood. Nigga, what the fuck?
Yo,
that shit
they
was
had
hard.
y'all on a 1-ply mattress. That's crazy.
That shit was not 1 ply. It was -2. Nigga, when I tell you, that's the... We've known each other long enough. You witnessed me sleep on floors.
Yes.
I promise you. Serge's basement tile floor was more comfortable than that bed was, bro. Nigga, when I tell you I was hurting.
Son, you know what it is though? I'm not even gonna say like it's an Asian thing, but when I went to Japan,
No, they like to sleep on sturdiness.
It's like their beds are not like ours.
Yeah.
Like we got Tempur-Pedic and all of that stuff. You feel like you're laying on a cloud. Nah, theirs is designed, and I think it's by design. Like, nah, you're not supposed to sleep that long, and we're gonna make it as uncomfortable as we can. So when your alarm go off, you're not hitting snooze because you're not comfortable. You want to get up and go to
Get
work.
up, nigga. Say nah, but
that's why they let them take naps during the day because they like we know y'all didn't sleep good last night.
But it's a method to it, especially in Thailand because they known for their massages.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to get you to go because nigga, we was getting like 2 or 3 massages a day.
I would imagine.
Nigga, oh my God. Like that bed, yo, I'm still having shoulder pains because of that bed. Nigga, I've been back from Thailand, what? It's been 3 months? Nigga, oh my goodness.
Yo, the fact that you said it plopped, like not even like you laid down and it was like, oh, boom. No, it was like smack. That's crazy, son.
That was great. It's like, my back.
My back, my neck and my back. I'm suing y'all for $150,000.
With my cheap ass, I'm like, you know what? For fucking 5 nights for $50, we gonna suffer.
Yo, listen, but you're paying for it now, ain't you?
The room was nice. That's the crazy part, bro.
Everything else about it, well, excuse me, the bed wasn't terrible. It was just, it wasn't the level of comfort that you used to.
To make matters worse, this is the hotel I stayed in when I told you that they didn't have an elevator.
Ooh.
And they put us on the 6th floor.
Jeez.
So the funny part about it though is she had the lady who owned the place had the number of calories that you're burning as you're walking up the steps on each step. I'm like, yo, this is a funny shit.
And then y'all plop on just straight box spring, like you get in the room just.
But when you're in a different country, you're not driving everywhere and you're walking everywhere. I don't give a fuck how hard that bit is. Once you're tired,
oh yeah,
you out like a
son.
light.
That's the one thing I do love about going on vacation. Like if I'm gonna go on vacation, I'm not really I'm a pool guy. Like I like going to the pool and stuff like that. But like, yo, if there's an experience, if I can go on an excursion, like I went to Mexico. Me and Infinity went to Mexico, and we went to you know what the cervetas. I'm terrible with it, so I'm not gonna say it. But we're gonna put it right here while I talk. It's like cave diving, basically.
You like to send me? I don't know what you're talking
yeah, it's cool. But like we did a whole.
Y'all jump over a fucking cliff?
Yeah. Yeah, we both did actually.
Finn can swim?
Yeah, she can swim.
Hey, Finn, I'm sorry.
She can swim.
That's very racist of me.
Well, you know that's what you do. That's why you had to apologize to Mr. Erdman.
She African American?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, she can swim very well actually. Actually, so you should speak for yourself. Okay, you're the one that needs floaties. She's good. You're the one that definitely will be on that board if the boat's sinking. You're gonna be on that board, and if you let go of that board, it's up. But she'll be able to tread water.
You ain't got a lot for you, girl.
No, she can swim. She can swim, son.
Shout out to Finn. I'm sorry.
Now when she see this, don't get upset when I'm like, yo, son, I gotta talk to you real quick. Then you hear her in the background. Yeah, you know why. You know exactly.
You talking all that shit. I'm like,
you know exactly why.
I'm hitting with the Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like, it's beyond me. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna go with. But yeah, so I like doing stuff on vacation for that exact reason. Like, cause now when I get back to the room, plop down, ready for bed. I'm cool with that. After, you do your thing for the day, you get meals or whatever, you get back to the room, it's cool.
You know why I haven't been to Mexico yet?
Why?
Because I think it's still a trauma thing with me.
Okay.
I don't even know if trauma is the right word. More of anger. I'm pissed. Remember how we were growing up? We were in like the end of elementary, 5th grade, going into middle school, first 2 years of high school. MTV used to have this thing called MTV Spring Break. Remember those?
Yeah, I do.
Remember how fire they used to look?
Yeah.
You see that shit? And it'd be the whole week, and then all their shows would be like Spring Break mode.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, yo, this shit is dope. Like, I remember watching that shit when I was younger, like, damn, bro, when I go to college, that's going to be me.
Yeah, I remember that too.
And then I remember getting to high school, like, yeah, we're 2-3 years away from being in fucking Cancun, Mexico, or Daytona Beach, Florida.
Yeah.
Not Daytona Beach.
Miami.
Daytona Beach was fucking the BET one. I didn't want to be around them niggas.
I'm good. You said Daytona. I thought you was gonna say Miami. Yeah, Miami Beach. Yeah.
Remember BET had their own
Yes.
shit. Like, niggas was getting beat up. No, thank
Daytona's
you.
like-
No, thank you.
I'm good.
I'm good. But nah, so remember, as soon as we got to fucking college, I remember this vividly because it was the year we started college. They canceled that shit. Nigga, I was pissed. I'm like, no, the fuck they
My
did.
years of wanting to go are gone.
I'm thinking like, all right, maybe it's some shit they not gonna televise anymore. We can go try this shit.
Nope.
So yeah, MTV gets rid of the annual spring break. I'm like, why?
But of all things,
I think that shit created, maybe it is trauma, because that's what I don't have a fear of missing out, but when it comes to things like that I wanted to do when I was younger, I'm like, nah, it's fucked up. Like, I always
now you
think,
can't.
and then I have dreams about it. Like, I have dreams that they're going to recreate Legends of the Hidden Temple so we can go in it.
Bruh, that's a whole nother segment for an entire another day. Because as a millennial, yo, that's gonna be a topic of discussion. 90 shows.
Let's talk some
Cause
shit,
yo,
we could create let's create a business plan, right?
you know what I've always
We're gonna
wanted,
create a channel that's gonna bring back all these game shows,
son.
but it's gonna be for adults, like Legends.
I've always wanted to go on Double Dare.
Figure It Out.
I've always wanted to be on Double Dare. Figure It Out was my shit, son. Guts was, yo, son. Yo,
do you have it?
do you have it? Guts. Yo, son. Yo, listen. Nickelodeon, I think, had most of those shows.
Yes, those are all Nickelodeon.
Yo, we gotta holler at Nick Cannon.
Yeah, then
Nah, those was all on Nickelodeon. We gotta holler at Nick Cannon.
Disney had some.
None of the ones we just named. All the ones we just named was on Nick.
Did Disney have game shows?
They might have had some form of them, but I don't want to be quoted on that because I don't know. I know all the ones I named: Double Dare, Dare. Well, no, it was never Dare. Double Dare, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Figure It Out. All of that was on Nick, bro. All those game shows was mad
Wild
cool.
and Crazy Kids.
Yo,
that was Nickelodeon too, bro. Yo,
son.
dog.
And it's funny that you say that because it always happens. Full circle moment, son. Today's topic is definitely, I was thinking about it. I told you about it earlier. It's about originality.
Yeah.
Like, so basically what happened was I was on, I've been looking up some stuff to see what we could talk about every time we get together. Because y'all know we kind of just go off the fly. Like, none of this is planned.
We gonna figure that shit out.
And I came across the new show that's going to come out for Varnell Hill. Those of y'all that are not familiar, that's a character that was on the Martin show that was back out in the 90s.
Do you miss me?
You know what I'm saying? And now he's getting his own spinoff. So for me, when I was looking at that shit, I was like, yo, this gives me an idea to talk about originality in the sense that, yo, I don't know if it can't be original anymore or people just aren't trying. And you know what also brought it up to me for? Did you see Missy Elliott's performance at Coachella?
Clips. I didn't get the chance to see it like thoroughly.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a good amount.
No, but like that's what I said, because like sometimes you can see shit online, you can see like 4 or 5 minutes of it. I literally saw like 2 seconds.
Did you see how she came out as a transformer? Like a legit, bro. She was like a fucking car and then did her little transformer thing.
But Missy always come with it, bro.
Yo, and that where I was going with that is Missy Elliott was singing her songs. She wasn't ad-libbing nothing. She was doing hers, and the crowd was singing her joints.
That sounded like the She's a Bitch video, because remember, she was Mega Man in that video.
Yo.
She had the M on.
Son, it was pillars and stuff like that.
Yo, nigga. Before we get into it, we talk about duos and sports. Nigga, Missy and Timberland. Nigga.
Yo, son, Shaq and Kobe, Jordan and Pippen, whatever you want to call it. Missy and Timbo.
Nigga,
Come on, son. Anytime you heard his voice on the track and her voice on the track, you know it's gonna be a bop.
Nigga, oh my God.
Every single time,
I still listen to She's a Bitch. And like, I remember I used to be singing that shit. Like, why you singing this girl ass song? Man, nigga, this beat hard. I'm thinking, what? She's a bitch, nigga. What? Nigga, what?
Yo, and I'm watching this performance and I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm 11 years old again, watching the get your freak on type videos, bro. In your face.
Don't get me started. I'm about to get up.
She was singing these songs and people was singing along with her 30-something years or 20-something years later, bro.
You off again because I was supposed to go to Coachella.
Damn, I ain't mean to hit a sore spot, son. I wasn't meaning to use a trigger word.
Fuck you, Trump. Fuck you, Trump. But go ahead.
I was just saying, like, that level of originality, right? Like the Varnell Hills, I saw it and made me think of it. But Missy Elliott, when I saw those clips, it was like, yo, is it that people are choosing not to be original? Like, do you feel, I got my opinions, like, do you feel like some people are choosing not to be original anymore? Or is it that there's so much oversaturation to what we see that it's hard to seem original anymore?
So, because I had an answer too that I wanted to say, but I want to answer your direct question off of what you brought up. That's happening because Hollywood's lazy.
Okay.
Everything is, let's remake this. Let's
Agreed.
remake that. They don't
copy and paste.
They're nervous about testing the new ideas because they don't know really how people are going to react, because let's just call it what it is. Social media has literally ruined us. Like you said, full circle moment. So which goes back to what I wanted to say in the first place. Social media has caused originality to die.
Okay.
Everyone wants to be on the same wavelength. So to the point where people who aren't like everyone else, when they see something different, naturally people are like against it. They'll label it. Oh, you're weird. You're different. Something's off with you. Why do you act like that? And then it's like, since you're different and you're not like the masses, I'm going to push you away. So then originality dies when that happens. So then, in the world, and especially in business, which Hollywood is a fucking business, they see that. They see how people react to these social phenomena. And they're like, you know what? Let's stay away from it. Oh, this worked in the 90s. History likes to repeat itself. The people who are behind this are still glorified as being these geniuses. Let's just tap into that. It's for the same reason. Like, I give you, it's funny we brought this shit up. Do you watch Big Bang Theory?
I do.
They're on their fourth spinoff of that show?
Yo. They got Sheldon's show, and then from Sheldon's show, they got his brother's spinoff show. Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, there was a conversation about having a spinoff with the grandmother.
Yes. Yep.
Dog,
Yep.
for real?
The reason why I'm glad...
And bad enough, Big Bang Theory lasted fucking 13 years, which is nuts.
First of all...
That show should not have went 13 seasons.
I will say this, though. I was an avid watcher of every... I like the show.
I loved it,
but
up
I
until
agree because it's
9.
the same shit how I feel about The Office.
Yeah.
There's certain shows that after a while...
They just drug it out.
You should have been like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Call it what it is. And y'all had y'all moment to call it what it is, but you go, nah, let's keep it going. Let's see what else can come from this. And then that's when the dip off starts. You start adding more characters, and it's like, but we've already built it. Yeah. It's got to the point where what else can happen, and now we know y'all are trying to make something else happen.
I stopped watching Big Bang Theory in like season 8. Right?
Okay, I get why.
The show went so long that the other day I was chilling with Pooh and all her family, and it just so happened to be on, and it was one of the later seasons episodes. They had a whole episode centered around fucking the comic book guy.
Yeah.
Stewart,
yeah.
And I'm like, he's always been a sub-character. He's one of the main characters now?
They elevated him, son.
So I'm like, bro, at what point do you get like, all right, that's too much. That's like fucking, like you brought up Varnell Hill. They're going to make that show. But that's like Martin actually being on, and then they start doing full-on episodes about Nipsey.
Yeah. Because I ain't gonna hold you.
The story
Hill
of Nipsey
is one of those where it's like, not that I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I just know I won't watch it for the simple fact of Varnell Hill was mentioned on one episode. Two, excuse me. But this wasn't like a rival who always came around. Like, it wasn't like, bruh, man.
Sing a melody!
This nigga's annoying. It's not like bruh, man. If they gave bruh, man a spinoff, it's like, all right, I see what y'all doing with that. Because, like, all right, yeah, he was in Martin's building. He was coming through a couple episodes. A Tommy spinoff, a Cole spinoff, a Pam. I get those. But, yo, Varnell Hill is just because, to me, I'm like, of all the characters from that show, but we talked about this, like, literally when we was about to start. You said it's because Tommy Lee Davidson was having some trouble.
It's a mixture in
that area, or he spoke about that.
So let's keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Lee Davidson, once his like solo acting career fizzled out, he did really well as a voice actor.
Country got you crazy. Sorry.
So this is
Hotel 357.
This is Penny Proud's dad we're talking about here.
That's right.
He was doing a lot of relevant things. I think now that since we're in a phase to where people are trying to relive and bring back the throwbacks, they feel like this would be the smart time to do this. Now, granted, they spoke on this show. Have they named the channel it's going to be on? I could tell you exactly what channel it's going to be on.
Probably going to be on whatever Bel Air came on. I think it's going to be there.
It's not going to be in the streaming services. It's going to be on Tubi Senior.
Tubi what?
Tubi Senior.
Senior.
Yeah.
There's a senior?
Tubi Senior. You know what Tubi Senior is?
I know what Tubi is.
You know what Tubi is?
Yeah.
You know what Tubi's father is?
No.
BT Plus.
Oh my God. That's why I was like, wait, this is another platform that I don't know.
Nigga, do you watch some of these BT shows?
First of all,
they're bad. They're bad.
You know when I knew it was going to be bad for BET? When their voiceovers, when they're clearly cursing and they say things like, you brother. It's like, son, come on, yo. Y'all could have thought no other word but brother.
We gonna call this episode the nigga haters. Because that's like the third thing I said against black people in this episode.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's fucked up? They're all sitting around BT.
That's going to be what you call the episode, but it's going to be, for me, the nigga hater. Because I didn't say none of the stuff that you saying.
You agreed about
No, I didn't.
Well, I said Daytona Beach. Remember, what did BT used to call that shit? Spring Bling?
Son. Yo. Son, no one who was born after 2002 is gonna know what a spring bling is. Son.
I think it was Spring Fling or something.
No, I think it was Spring Bling. I think that's what it was called. Son. That sounds very familiar. So I could be wrong, but that sounds very familiar.
Nigga,
son.
Oh my God, bro. When I tell you, I used to be like, the MTV Spring Break would go commercial. I would switch the channel.
I ain't gonna hold you though. Shout out to BET for making college look cool. Because College Hill made me look like, all right, that's what dorm life looks like.
Not the third season.
Well, the first one, we talking about Originality. I'm talking about season 1.
When that girl got stabbed?
See, you're gone too far.
You're gone too far. They were definitely in the Caribbean when that shit happened. You're gone too far.
I'm talking about season 1.
She walked in the room like, you want to test me? My root. Oh, she stabbed the shit out that girl.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
We don't laugh about serious things like that. Yes, we do.
The girl walked out the room like, she cut me.
Yo, son.
She walked out the room like, she cut me.
But you know what? She was
like, this bitch cut me on camera. Yo, they ain't locked that girl up nothing, bro.
But see, this is what I mean by
they had the nerve to have her in a reunion. Like, what the fuck are we doing, BT?
This is what I mean by originality, though. Like, because think about it. No. If you let me finish my statement. What I was going to say is, even a shock factor. There's shows that you could watch now, and because it's already happened, you have shows like Baddies Club where you have to
it's bullshit though.
No, but that's where it's evolved into. But think about, like, for example, I'll even use, because Natalie used to be on Flavor of Love and all that, right?
No.
Yes, she was.
Chin?
Yeah.
She was on Bad Girls Club.
I could have sworn she was on then where I know her from other
Bad Girls Club.
I swear before that when she was younger. Wasn't she on Flavor of Love?
No.
You know what? You know what?
You know Natalie Nunn.
Yeah, Natalie Chin.
From Bad Girls Club.
Nah, son, I feel like she was on something else.
No, one of your exes had you watching Bad Girls Club.
Nah, it wasn't Bad Girls Club.
And you're fusing the memory.
Nah, I feel like she was on Flavor of Love. That's irrelevant, because where I was going with this is New York. From Flavor of Love, where she pulled old girl hair because old girl had spit on her.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, that's her name, right?
Pumpkin.
It's not that it can't happen again. It's just that we've seen it so much, to your point of like social media oversaturating stuff, where it's like certain things feel like they have to do more because we've already seen it.
But that shit was real. That's why we were able to watch, going back to the topic, we were able to watch reality TV back in the day because these are all original thoughts. People weren't up there to be actors or to get famous.
Agreed.
They just so happened to be on this reality show. It was TV, so they wanted to be on it. And they were just being themselves. Now, you can tell it's all nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, even like I love that. People ask me why I love the challenge so much because it's one of the only forms of reality TV right now that's still legit.
Is it?
You can't fake it. You can't fake.
Well, the competition part,
Yeah, you
but like the in the house part.
I don't feed into the rest of that shit.
Okay, all right.
I just want to see the shit because half the shit I'm like, I can do this, I can do that until they start jumping off buildings. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Some of them challenges be cool as hell.
Yeah, nigga, the Dirty 30 season, they made these niggas skydive.
I think
I'm
I
like,
that.
oh,
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Bro,
skydiving is so much fun. I know I brought this up a couple episodes before. Skydiving is so much fun.
You and skydiving, you and famous swimming.
I've done zip lining over like a canyon before, like a big ass body of water underneath. Son, yo, we only get one life, right?
That's why you like College Hill so much.
Yo,
remember they had the football player, the white guy, and he was the only white dude on the show?
Yo, son, we get one life, and next thing you know, son, you're gonna be at a point where your knee hurt, you can't walk.
No, I'm fine.
You can't do this, you can't do that.
See, and I'm happy you brought this up because life is what you make it and what you get out of it.
Agreed.
I live a very eventful, joyful life. I don't need to go jump out of a fucking plane. That's when people get shit twisted. Like, if you need to thrill seek that way, I'm not judging you.
But you know what it is?
We listen, but we don't judge.
Yo, but because I've done skydiving, it's like, what's next? Like, because roller coasters are cool.
So now it's over.
No, now I gotta be...
that's the maximum
No, now I gotta be like Gail and them and go to space. That's the next thing to do, son.
You gonna jump out the fucking space pit?
Yes, that's the next thing to do,
Speaking of which, I'm happy you brought that bullshit up. She had the nerve to be on camera like, why are people mad at us? This fucking, yo,
some people saying that was Marvel Studios, bro.
Yo, it definitely was fake. Fucking Katy Perry get out of the shit, Chris the ground. They went up there for like 5 seconds. Let me tell you one thing.
Yo, once I saw Captain Marvel and I saw that they were in space and you could see them doing it, and literally I was thinking of the space launch. I was like, these look very similar.
Let me tell you how nonsensical it is, right? Go look into how often they shoot astronauts to the space station. Granted, they were only up there for a couple of seconds. You think they're about to waste that precious time and money to send these niggas up in space for 90? Yo, they were up there for less than 2 minutes.
That's like going on a ride at King Dakar, son.
What are we doing? The Middle East is the worst it's ever been right now. Did you hear what... I hate to bring it back there, but did you hear what this nigga did? Did you hear one of the stipulations he tried to get Harvard to sign off on?
Yes, I've heard all
He
of
wanted
them.
these niggas. this dumbass president of ours asked the smartest school in our country.
Shout out to Harvard.
One of the top colleges in the world.
Standing on business. Shout out to Harvard.
He asked these niggas, not only are you going to sign this approval so you can get your money, you then have to allow me to assign someone who oversees every course that you guys get to make sure the things you're teaching is to my liking. Do you hear how fucking crazy that is?
But the only reason why he's doing that is because Harvard said, no, I'm good.
No. But this was before they said no.
He's butthurt.
This was before they said no. See, don't confuse it. This is a part of why they said no.
Yeah.
This was a part of that.
No, now, I thought you meant like, because now he's doubling down.
No.
He's talking about like cutting funding and all that based on the fact that they was like, nah, we're not with that shit
that was
you trying to say.
already...
Okay.
They knew that.
Yeah.
They knew that before they said no. If they said no, the funding was going to get cut.
Yeah.
He led with that.
Yeah.
So then he just did it.
Yeah.
So him saying all that nonsense was before they said no. Are we joking?
No. Living in America.
Bruh.
Ooh.
That goes back and it circles to it. And I'm going to tie it in somehow, some way.
Like a nice little bow.
Because since everyone strays away from their own ideas and their own creativity and their own originality, they just follow the masses. The issue, and it's not just this country, is what people are like. People just like to be accepted. So people like Trump could gain power because they feed off a fucking section of people who felt like they were pushed away. They weren't really valued. They weren't looked at. We looked at them as being dumb. And these people didn't understand. It's not that we looked at you being dumb. You're choosing to be uneducated. So if you're choosing to be something, and I see you choosing to be that, you can't get mad if I say, hey, you're fucking stupid. Because there's a difference between not knowing and then literally choosing. Willfully choosing not to know it. Mm-hmm. So if I'm in your face saying, hey, that's not what this is, and I prove it to you, and you argue with me that no, that's stupid. Like, that's literally fucking the definition of the word. You're being dumb. So, now you do it again. So that's what you're fucking doing. So it all circles back to this human thought process to where we just want to be accepted so bad that we'll kill our sense of self to be accepted. And originality goes with that. People always ask me, how the fuck did all of us stay as cool as we have for so long? And I always would tell people, I've been able to be friends with these motherfuckers for as long as we have because we're a group of literally 9 to 10 individuals. Yeah. None of us think alike. Yeah. We might have moments where we agree on shit, but it's a different perspective.
We all view the world a little bit differently.
We all view it differently.
Yeah.
And when people hear that, they're like, that doesn't make it hard. I'm like, it can be rocky sometimes. Yeah. But for the most part, it's cool because now I can lean on them to get ideas that I probably wouldn't have myself, or vice versa.
And you realize these your friends, so it's not like I'm about to beat your ass because we don't agree. It's more like, we just having those moments of like, I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me. Here's my point, there's your point.
And for what we get out of life, like you like to jump out of fucking planes.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, unless I necessarily have to.
Listen, and I'll be right there smiling while we do it. Like, yo, bro, this about to be fun.
See, there you go. Make sure we're on a plane together, and you can calm me down. But my point being is like, we all get something different out of what life is. Yeah. So we then get to experience that with each other. Because if you hung out with the people who like to do the same shit all the time, you know what that sounds like to me?
What's that?
Fucking boring.
Yes, that's comfort. Like, there's no challenge. Everything's the same.
Ass. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to sit here and do the same shit every day.
Just because I can.
And that's my life. Simplistic.
To this day.
Listen. But now, we need to go create this business plan.
Yeah.
So we can start this channel.
So that's what we going. We ain't gonna talk about that on an episode though, because then somebody might steal our ideas. Talking about originality, right? Yeah. So with that being said,
that's just like the. One thing I fucking hate is when people steal other people's viral videos and then they end up going viral. Yeah. So there's this fucking video going viral right now to where there's a couple in a Halloween costume when they plug into each other, and then as they plug into each other, a light comes on. There was this Asian lady who made a video of a couple doing that, and she dubbed herself into it because she's single. She gets mad and then she throws a cup of water on them and they get electrocuted. It's funny as fuck. Yeah. I've seen that video be made 3 times by 3 different people.
That's it.
And all 3 of them fucking videos has millions of views. And I'm like, what the fuck, bruh?
Those millions of views add to dollars, bruh. You know how it goes, bruh.
Like,
you know how it goes, bruh.
Gonna copy shit, bro.
That's it. Copy and paste. But that being said, scholars, remember, always, if you can, be as original as you can.
Be yourself.
Because you never know who might be watching what you're doing, but at the same time, they might be watching that weird thing, and it might be the next popping thing. Stay you, stay true.
And in the words of the late great Bernie Mac, and if people don't like you for being yourself, fuck them.
Fuck them right in the ass with crazy glue on and hand glue on the lips.
That's the piece of Bernie Mac, bro.
He'll win. Praise the piece of Bernie Mac. No hell beats. I'ma
bust his head to the white meat show.
Yo,
I fuck with Bernie Mac, bro.
That's the man, son. And on that,
he was teasing me. He was teasing me.
I know that. No talent beats. Play us out, brother. It's been real. We love y'all. Stay safe. Stay original. Stay you. Stay true.
Be black.